This is a tough one. I don't know. We have to choose between Donk or Diddy. It's like choosing between Sun 1 and Sun 2. I mean, you can't really go wrong either way. What's up, guys? We're the coaches of LAG. I'm Bevels.
I'm Ricky.
And today we're going to play a game called Coach's Choice. We're going to try to redeem ourselves for our last roster update video.
Ultimately, our end goal is to not only qualify for playoffs, but to be in a position to win playoffs. And that's what we're building up to until then.
So let's get into it. Best COD of all time. Gonna go with Black Ops 2. The competitive side of the games, I think Black Ops 2 has the leg up on MW2. MW2 is very fun casually, but there was a lot of stuff that was a bit off in that game.
Securing Charlie.
I have to pick Black Ops 2 as well. It was like the first game where it's just like that competitive atmosphere. The maps back then were amazing. It was the first time in COD something was just so competitive to the point it's like you just had fun, and it was like the first taste of Call of Duty for everyone.
Would we rather try to be a coach in Valorant or Overwatch? I'm personally gonna go with Valorant. It's a pretty easy decision for me personally. Valorant kind of like has the round-based, strategy-based aspect similar to like CSGO. Obviously it's like kind of in the middle with the abilities similar to Overwatch, but that type of game like the round-based, strategy-based is kind of like my cup of tea personally, so that's where I would lean.
I have to go Valorant as well. I mean, you just can't beat anything with strategy. Whenever I see an Overwatch game, I just see just head bashing, like it's just chaotic. I can't follow it, and I just see, like anything I hear about Valorant, it's just like strategy, the slower pace, and that's all I'm about. SND every round checkmate or control every round raid.
I got mine. This one's pretty no-brainer for me. I don't know about you. I'm gonna go control on raid. Checkmate SND, while SND is by far my favorite game mode, Checkmate SND is not actually SND. That's actually time-based TDM, where you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to get 4 kills. So I would take raid control.
Man, I have to kind of agree with that. Like on Checkmate SND, it's just, there's obviously like 3 lanes, but the lanes are very limited. So it's like you can't even push one of the lanes. It's a plane where it just gets messy. So it is like TDM, it's just playing for picks. Where Search usually is like strategy based, where it's like you have to use teamwork and stuff. Checkmate's just too small of a map with nothing you can really do. Compared to Raid, you can't ever like beat a map like Raid.
Would we never want the Guerrillas to play hardpoint or never play control again? I'm gonna go with never play control. Hardpoint's kind of like with S&D, those are like the 2 staple modes. Every team kind of enjoys playing those, enjoys working on them. For control, like kind of that game 3 slot, there's times when control's not terrible. I think it's not a horrible mode by any means, but I'm a big CTF fan. So if I had the choice, like I would love to see like CTF in game 3 rather than like a control or a domination or anything like that.
I mean, the thing about control, I feel like a lot of people, and we have like a tiny problem with, is you sometimes just putting your controller down, even if like all of your teammates die around you, you can sit there and just make a crazy play getting a 2-piece and you just relieve your whole team. So I feel like a lot of people have that problem of just doing like not dying, and a lot of people just always want to die. So it's like in control, there's really not like a big skill ceiling. It's just more of like playing ratty, doing the little things, and just using teamwork. I'd rather watch a hardpoint game where it's back and forth, people like fighting constantly, where it's like in control, players are just sitting in corners, they're just being like nuisances and stuff. So I definitely would never want to see them play control again.
So if we were going to rebrand our team, would we want to stay the way we are, GUERR, Guerrillas, or would we want to be Gorilla as in the animal? As much as I'm a fan of the Get Monkeyed meme whenever we win a match, I'm gonna have to go with remaining the Guerrillas as we are now. And then we can have a Guerrillas with the animal kind of being the meme that it is. I think that works out good.
I don't know if anyone ever notices on Reddit after we do beat a team with the monkey meme. It obviously is really funny, but I definitely would have to stick with the Guerrillas how it is now.
This is a tough one. I don't know. We have to choose between Donk or Diddy. It's like choosing between Sun 1 and Sun 2. I mean, you can't really go wrong either way, but one of the coach's jobs is to make the hard decisions, so that's what we're gonna do here. I'm personally gonna go with my boy Donk. Me and Donk, you know, we won a world championship together. Known him a bit longer, so got to stick with my day ones on that one.
I'm definitely one of the older people in the scene too, so I got to stick with the older guys and stick with Donk.
Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out? That's actually a tough one. I don't think you can go wrong either way. But for my personal preferences, I'm not a huge beef guy, so I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A. But In-N-Out's solid too.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A for sure for me. I don't know, In-N-Out is definitely, you can't go ever wrong with the burger, but spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A with some like waffle fries, definitely is usually like the go-to.
If I have to choose between redoing our last roster video or retaking the SAT, personally, I'm gonna go with the SAT. I was not feeling it that last video, as you guys could tell. It wasn't our best showing, but you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So that's why we're coming back here today to kind of try to redeem ourselves.
We'll definitely do the roster video again. I don't think, obviously it's a little cringy, or like obviously like it's hard to do, dropping any player. As a coach, we all have relationships with the players, so obviously it's hard. A lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I would think doing the video again over studying and doing a big test where it would take hours and hours compared to like a 5-10 minute video.
Which gorilla would make the best coach? Ooh, that one's actually kind of tough. I think you could go multiple ways with this one and it would be a good answer.
I got mine in lock.
I'm gonna go with Justin. I'm actually curious. Oh, there we go. I wasn't expecting the double Justin, but I'll take that. My reasoning kind of behind it is I think Justin has very good like people skills. He's an intelligent person and he knows how to talk to people. He knows how to like get his point across in a productive way most of the time. And he's very good about always putting in the effort and just making sure like he's trying to improve and making use of his time in our practice and stuff like that. I think he has a lot of traits that would transfer over pretty well. So for that reason, I would say that. It was definitely a toss-up between him and Adam. I think you could make a lot of the same points for Adam.
The reason I picked Justin is because, I don't know if anyone knows, Justin already has a coaching program. So he has a little like experience right there. He's also a longtime veteran. He's played so many of these CODs where it's like, over the time you pick up on the little tendencies in hard points and search and destroy, where I think over time, his experience as a player will definitely be able to coach like younger players and stuff.
1v1 SND round 11 playoffs for the championship. Who am I choosing to go into that situation? I'm gonna go with Adam or Salt. He's proven himself in those situations. Ask Rick when they're on Cloud9 together in Black Ops 3, 1v1 versus Optic to advance to the next round in the tournament.
Well, Karma doesn't get the second player coming and challenge over top. Formal's gonna be able to help him out. Karma going for the kill. Formal up to you. 1v1 situation. Assault coming over. And Assault right up 1v1. Optic Gaming. We will see you function there.
He got it done. He keeps his head on his shoulders in those tight situations and doesn't let it get the best of him. So that's who I would take in that situation.
Yeah, I have to choose Adam. Obviously in Black Ops 3, Cloud9 versus like the Optic series, Adam was left in that 1v1 versus Formal. Obviously it shouldn't even got to that point. It was like a 2v4 and it came down to a 1v1. But I think if anyone has the ice, it's definitely Adam. He's an AR player. He's been around in those situations. So if I had to put faith in anyone, it's definitely Adam.
Who's the best hype man on the team? I think this is a pretty lock-in answer personally. I'm gonna go with Cheen. Since we brought Cheen up into the starting roster, like he's like kind of breathed new life into our team, like in the actual matches. We have players that kind of don't get too hyped most of the time, but then when Cheen comes in and if someone makes a big play, like he's gonna let them hear it, like he's gonna get them hyped, and then Brian feeds off that as a response, and like the other players will feed off that kind of as a response.
When we had to make the change, obviously we had a couple options. Cheen was the one that stood out just because from coaching the academy team, you could see what Cheen brings to any team, the leadership, the vibes. If you bring Cheen in a room, he's gonna light the whole room up with his energy. So like in a team atmosphere, having Cheen on that team where it's like he can gas up the Apathy, who's a world champion that can also play his best, and then he has his like vibes that brings up a Justin or Adam. You can't ever go wrong with a player like Cheen.
Hopefully this is a good first step into kind of redeeming ourselves in the content space. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Thank you.